Welcome, dear students. I'm your tutor. My name is Mr. Lucas Kahare, and this presentation is about examination, April, August, and November examination. All three exams are being presented here. So your subject called Educational Research 2 for you, for those students who are doing Bachelor of Education honors degree. So we are just going to discuss about the examination. So for example, how the examination will be, the marks, hours for the examination, how to answer questions, and units that you need to study. For example, topics that you need to study for the examination. Because this time we are just doing presentation for all three exams at once. So please, students, just listen carefully. So I'm just going to combine all the three exams in this presentation. So at the end of this presentation, you will have my email address. So whatever that you need to ask, you can email me. Or I think also, I hope that you have my number on your assignment. So since you wrote the assignment, so you have my number, my cell phone number and the email address. So dear students, welcome, and I wish you all the best for this tutorial examination, and hope that you will pay attention to the main fact which we are going to discuss. So just here, let's talk about instructions or information to you as a candidate who's going to write the examination. So I hope that you are familiar and to the examination rules and how you should behave in the examination room. And I hope that you have written quite a number of exams in your life. So the exam conditions and atmosphere are just the same most of the time. So here is that if you can see here, like point number one, that question should be answered on the question paper, which means you will be given a question paper, and on that question paper there will be space. So I think that you should answer based on the marks allocation, okay? So for you to make sure that you should not fill up the space and you need any other extra paper. And also one of the main important factors is that you should answer all the questions. And in this examination, educational research 2 consists of, exam mark consists of 130 marks. So those are a lot of marks. And then, you see that you will need really much time for you to concentrate and to prepare. So I think that you will have enough time now until April or May for you to prepare for your examination. I think about 130 marks. Okay, and then use the mark allocation for each question as guide for how many facts are needed. Write neatly and legibly. So which means when you answer questions, for example, maybe yes, describe or discuss the importance of educational research, 10 marks. So you should consider how many facts you should provide, not just for 10 marks and then you are providing 3 facts or 2 facts and then expect to get 10 full marks. No, that's not how things should be. So look at and watch out on the marks allocated for each and every question before you answer. Yes, and also very important is that you should write neatly. Okay, a tutor, when after your exam, so I will collect your exam script and mark them. So you make sure that you write proper. So if you don't write proper, you end up losing marks. So make sure that you write properly and legibly, so that I'm able to see your answers. So that's very much important. And as I discussed that the exam will consist of 130 marks. And in this one, you should get how many? A percentage. You should get minimum of 50 50%, okay, out of 130 marks. So what is 50% of 130 marks, which means 65? At least you must get 65 out of 130 marks for you to pass the examination. Failure to that, you won't be graded. So you will end up, repeating the subject again, and that is the rule. So even though, for example, maybe in your assignment you will get 80%, or let me say, and then in the exam you get 40%. So which means you will repeat this subject again. You make sure that in the exam you should get 50% of the examination for you to be graded. So how now do we usually calculate the final mark for you to pass? So when we combine the examination marks and the continuous assessment marks, the overall percentage must be at least 50% and above, okay? 50% and above. And how they calculated is this one: 6% of the examination and 40% of the semester mark, which means 60 plus 40 is 100 marks. Okay, so then you know that you must really work hard. So which means exam. So if you look at the percentage, so exam weight more than the continuous assessment. So work hard for your exam. So if you get, for example, maybe 50% from the exam, then you are secured. So you are fine and you don't have problems. So if you got 50 and in the exam, and for continuous assessment, maybe you got 30. So which in 50 plus 30 is what? 80%. So which is an A. And make sure that in the examination you should not ask your friend or maybe someone who sit next to you to tell you some answer, which means your exam will be cancelled out, okay? And also you should not take some papers, to copy and so on. Please be very careful for that. So that's why I'm just reminding you, and the exam rules, and you are teachers, and during the examination you supervise your learners. So it's just the same thing. Let's now talk about learning outcome. So you know that when I recorded pre-recording for the assignment, I said that you should master the learning outcome. So that is very much important. So the learning outcome, that is the curriculum for the subject. And in this educational research, I think there are a lot of units. I think unit 1 up to unit 20 or 19. So make sure that you should know all those units. So I will not say that, no, read only unit 1, jump unit 3, read unit 6, and leave out unit 10. No, that is not fair. And you know that the study guide or the subject designed in such a way that a candidate must master all the facts for you to go to the next level. So my advice to you is that you should read all the units. But yes, I'm going to help you, for example, somehow just to tell you where you should focus most. But my advice, just read all the units. So that is, this learning outcome is based on units. For example, unit 1, you will read about analyze evidence-based inquiry and research characteristics, and you will discuss the research design and criteria for evaluating research. Okay, there you will learn more about type of research and so on. Examine the theory and example of research problem, questions and hypotheses. So in this one, you learn about the theories in research and how to design and how to come up with a research problem and questions and hypotheses. And you should be able to analyze the features of literature review and you should be able to know what is the importance of literature review and why should you need that literature review, and appraise quantitative research design, know more about quantitative research design and how you should go about it. So those are learning outcomes, so you can just read them by yourself. So those are just most of these are in your study guides. For example, if we come up to, if we can see here that examine the dimension of quantitative design, participant in subject and sampling, explain and apply descriptive statistics, and discuss the collection of quantitative data, how we should collect a quantitative data. You know that qualitative and quantitative research, so is being discussed in Unit 2. And discuss and apply non-experimental research. So you will also know what are those types of non-experimental research and how you should apply them and discuss. Design and survey. And discuss and apply experimental, quasi-experimental and single subject design. So those are all the learning outcomes. And you are also expected to examine and demonstrate the reporting of inferential data analysis. So you should know what is inferential data analysis. Discuss the design of qualitative research. Apprise the collection of qualitative data. Analyze the mixed methods research design. And discuss the component of research proposal. So these are the last one, the research proposal. I think, for example, after your B honors, maybe you want to do master. So you will be asked, maybe if you want to do master or PhD, you will be asked to come up with a research proposal, and you should know what are the factors that you should put into a research proposal and how you should write a research proposal. I think that is very much clearly explained. And also after this subject, I think you will be doing your research project in educational research. And the tutor for that one is, okay, he will explain more. But this one is just for you to know what are the components of research proposal. And for the next one, you will learn how you should apply them. So which means practically you will design, okay, a research proposal, okay, with a topic, introduction of your topic, and abstract, and some chapters that you will be able to discuss in your project. So and these facts which you are going to study in complete research proposal, you will use them. So dear students, so I hope that you are listening, and that is what is going to be, and those are the units, okay, that will come in the examination. But yes, we will still discuss where you should really, touch that much. I think there are a lot of things, but yes, better if you can start them all, it will be better. So those are just an example of like exercise. So this example of questions I'm leaving to you as an exercise. So you make sure that you look at them very well and don't take them for granted. And I think that they will help you in your studies. So example, if you are given, discuss the design of the following non-experimental research design. You see that unit I thought that describe and analyze non-experimental research design. What are those ones? They are descriptive research and comparative research, okay? Descriptive research and comparative research. So it's well much explained in your study guides, okay? For example, when you are carrying out a research, let me say maybe you want to find out, for example, in Namibia, okay, so how many men are maybe taller than 1.5 meter, okay, and how many women are also taller than 1.5 meter, so that you are doing a comparative research, because you are comparing two variables, okay. So just focus also that should know what is descriptive research and comparative research. Okay, master that. Also, for example, here's just one of the exercise, like tabulate the advantages and limitation of using performance-based testing and or portfolio as mean of alternative assessment. Okay, when we say tabulate, which means you must draw, a table, column, okay? For example, column 1, column 2, okay? And then from there, you put your facts, okay? Tabulate the advantages and limitation, because there are two, advantage and limitation, other word, disadvantage, okay? Column 1, advantage, and column 2, let me say, limitation. Okay, then you discuss, okay, point number 1, this is advantage, then the other side, this is disadvantage. Number 2, this is advantage, and the next column, this is disadvantage. So you should know performance-based testing or portfolio as a mean of alternative assessment. And you also know about the types of errors that may occur in hypothesis testing. So I think, yes, even in your assignment, this question or this exercise has been always there. Okay, when you carry out a research, there are hypothesis testing errors at the end. You should discuss them. And how many are there? You should know. And also, should come, for example, like explain the process and the reason for inductive analysis research. And what are we talk about explain, state the process and the reason for inductive analysis of research. And also classify the concept descriptive statistics and inferential statistics and explain the main purpose of each one. So you have to describe what is descriptive, statistics and inferential statistics. So this, yes, if you know in the statistics, you will be given data. For example, in your assignment, there's one of the example there that like that you were given a test to grade 7 learner or grade 6 learner. Okay, they wrote a test and then you listen, for example, one got maybe 40, another one 50, 60, and so on. Then, you are being asked to find the mean, the average, and maybe the mode, how many got 40, how many 40s, okay, and so on. And variance, so that's an example, okay, where you use statistical terms. So that is just a PowerPoint presentation. So let's just look at, as I said, that I'm going to give you some of the main facts. So please focus on more on the following. Like here, number 1, inductive analysis research. Okay, focus on inductive analysis research. And also focus more descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. Okay, and also you should know this one, what is a descriptive statistics and inferential statistics, and what are the difference. Please know, just put it proper, please know them. Okay, and also focus more on non-experimental research types. Okay, descriptive and the comparative. Okay, non-experimental research types, descriptive research and comparative research. Know about the type of errors that occur in hypothesis testing. Know those errors that might occur, and also, for example, what are the issues that you need to address in educational research? Okay, when you are doing research in education, I think that, for example, one of your topic maybe it will be, yes, discuss the issues that you need to address in educational research. Yes, you will address on learning, and how are you going to address on learning? Yes, and also you will address teaching. So how are you going to address teaching or teaching methods? And also motivation, how how to motivate learners and teachers and parents to be involved in education. Because without motivations, so education can't go well. And then development, what are other development? It may be resources or technology or new methods or new system that is coming into, in the education system. That is development. That's one of the issues that you need to address in educational research. And classroom management is also one of the topics. So deeper on, I think in some of your subject, you study those issues more. For example, classroom management, how a teacher can manage a class, okay, to make a class a good, in a good atmosphere so that education is going on. So how learning is going on, how teaching is going on. So what type of teaching methods or strategy are being used, but all this you discuss them in other subjects, like in teaching learning resources, they are there, okay, direct, indirect, direct, experimental, and so on. Those are teaching strategies. So these are the main, okay. Example, discuss issues that you need to address in educational research. Yes, you need to address learning and discuss how. You need to address teaching, how teaching should be, and you need to address, motivation, to motivate, and the development, what's going on in educational system development and classroom management. Those are one of the few issues that you need to address in educational research. And also, know about, sorry, I'll just put it well. Just go start out with the red pen. I know that it is. So hope that you see it well. Yes. Okay. And also, you should know, yes, those are in the units. If you read through the units, all those things you'll get there. Know about major data gathering techniques, okay? Yes, in research, you are doing your research. For example, you want to address teaching. Maybe you are doing research on teaching strategies. What method of teaching should be introduced in a country to promote education? Okay, so maybe that is your topic for research. So then how are you going to collect the information or the data? Okay, those are the methods now. Okay, either observation, either you go through interview, or document review, audio visual recording. So those are just some, but there are a lot, like questionnaire also there. Okay. So those are the major data gathering techniques that you need to know. Okay, those are major data gathering techniques, and what's observation and how it's being carried out, and what is an interview and how to conduct it, document review and how and where to find the document review, and audio visual recording, what is it all about, and how to, for example, the image, the voice, and so on. So those are most of the things, and you need also to focus more. So since we don't have enough time, so those are the topical lesson on the, it will take maybe 2 days to discuss those things, but here just we have 14 minutes, so we don't want, we don't want to waste most of the time this time just to explain what is an observation and what is interview. But the main thing is that you must read them on your own and understand them. I'm just giving you an idea where you should focus, okay? And test score of learners. For example, you'll be given, So if you are given maybe the score of learners, maybe one learner got 40, 20, 30, and say yes, you could able to. That's called descriptive statistics. So you should be able to, to calculate the mean. Okay, yes, the average, class average. You have to know the mode. For example, how many students got maybe 50, okay, 40 to 50, and so on, and variance. Okay, you should be able to know that. And mostly, the things that you must also master your assignment. That's why we always give you the assignment, okay, early as possible. For assignment means that you should read the books, you should read all units before you go to examination. You know and you master it. So the main things that when you go to examination, make sure that the assignment, you know all those questions in the assignment. Okay, first, know those questions in the assignment. Since you have answered the assignment, and maybe you got your marks, your CA, maybe 6% or 8%, then you know how the examination will be. So please focus on your assignments also. So should also focus on say yes, yes, it doesn't look proper because I just wrote with a red pen, the stuff, but it is so many. So you must know secondary source and primary source. What are those? And examples of secondary source and primary source. Okay. And you should also know steps in carrying out the research. Okay. Steps in carrying out sequential research. Okay, what steps? Step 1, step 2. You should not mix the step. Maybe you start with step 3, then go to step 1. No, but you must what? Follow what? The steps. First, you must do what? Identification. Okay, and statement of research problems. Identify the research problems, okay? The steps that you need to follow in carrying out the research. Okay? Sequential, which must follow first. You must identify the statement of research problem. And also, I should know review of the of literature review. Okay, this unit there we talk about the importance of a literature review. Okay, I think that in your assignment it was also there. Can you discuss the importance of literature review? Selection of research methods and design. From there, then you select the research method. What type of research are you going to use? Talk about descriptive research, experimental research, and so on, okay? Those types, for example, quantitative research, qualitative research, based on your topic, you have to choose which methods, which research method are you going to use. Then from there you go and collect the information using those one, like either interview or questionnaire and so on. You should know this one. These are just how does it follow, okay? But they are very clearly also in your book how you should go about it, okay? And then instrumentation and collection of data, okay? Collection of data is where now you have to use those instrumentation and collection of data, okay? It shows there. So that is not it. Let's just finish. Yes, we are about to finish. It's one of the things also that you need to prepare is this one, histogram. Okay, what does histogram do? Okay, if you know. So which means it is a diagram or graph that that represents the data based on, for example, how many times does that interval occur. For example, maybe if you want to know, to find out, for example, the number 40 and 50, how many times does it occur. So you are able to draw the histogram. Okay, and also I know that in your mathematics, so you also know, you discuss something about histogram. Okay, it uses a bar graph, and in this one, for example, you are given a histogram table. That's a histogram table, like class interval. That's class interval for the interval of the class you are given, and class frequency. So which means how many times that 41 to 50 appears. Okay, which means here 40 to 50 here is 4 times. Okay, class frequency is 4, and 50 to 60, the class frequency is 7, and 61 to 70, class frequency is 12, 71 to 80, class frequency is 9. Okay, that's a histogram table, or frequency table. You are given that a frequency table, and then you have to draw a histogram or compile a histogram graph. So that's what we call compile. Here says compile. Just zoom a bit. Yes. Okay. Shows that compile a histogram using the frequency table. Okay, this is the frequency table given to you. Okay, this is the frequency table given to you. Take this information and draw a histogram. So that histogram should look like this one. Okay, just that is how it's going to look. Yes, only that the space, this is just a rough. Okay. Yes, as I said that from 41 to 50, it appears how many? 4. Okay, and 51 to 60, 7. Okay, but you must know that you must label the y-axis and the x-axis properly. Okay, so for example, on the x-axis there's what? Class interval. Always there should be a class interval. You label it. Okay, here's a class interval, and on the y-axis there's called frequency. Okay, frequency is on a y-axis. Those one can be a 4, 7, but we should now label this one maybe starting with 2, 4, 6, and so on. So, but this one is just simply a rough. Okay, just to show you. Just to give you an idea how to do it. But it's also in your book. It's also there. Yeah, it is also clearly. Yeah, it's well explained. Yes, in your book, it's very well explained there. So that's how you draw it now. Okay, should look like exactly. So just to meet a bit. Okay. Okay, that's how it should look like. Here's class interval on x-axis and frequency on the y-axis. Okay, and then you must put here like 41, 50, and so on, label, then draw the bar. But this one must be very much straight. You just have to do it now with a ruler. I think that you should come to the examination with your ruler and pencil and a rubber. Okay, so that you can draw a nice histogram, very nice one histogram, for you to. It's just an example. You must practice. Okay, something that might come. Yes, about histogram, and you should know what is it, and you should know how you draw it. Okay, so that is. I think that is enough, and the time is limited for us. So I wish that you will enjoy your studies. Okay, just read your books and focus. So I know that you are working from school, you teach, and again you go back in the afternoon, but just manage your time And I hope that you will enjoy this subject, educational research. And since you know that you must read all the units, but I'll just give you a clue what's all about. But you must also study your assignments, okay? Your assignments. So the exam is all the units, unit 1 up to unit 20 there. But also you make sure that you master your assignment questions. And when you come for the examination, you are well prepared, okay? You are well prepared and you are ready to pass the examination. And I wish you all the best, dear students. So keep on. So whatever, any question that you want to concerning about the examination, so you are free to contact me. You are free to contact me on this email, kahare.lucas@yahoo.com. That is my email. And also my phone number is on your assignment. So I thank you very much and I wish you all the best in the examination. Thank you.